What is seasonal fruits?
So seasonal fruits, in the sense, these fruits are available in that particular season. There is a wonderful concept of circadian rhythms.
Is it necessary कि हम जूस बना के पिए fruits को?
So nowadays the quick fix, like you just have a glass of juice and then the work is done.
People having diabetes, what they can eat in fruits and what they can drink.
So not only diabetics, but otherwise also we have people who are weight conscious.
People are drinking sugarcane juice. Are there any benefits? Yeah, what is your take on it?
Sugarcane juice is good.
Are there any alternatives to the fresh juices?
Yes, we have various drinks which are available. Fruits should never be a part of the meal. Fruits should be consumed as a mid-meal snack.
Hare Krishna. So we have today senior dietitian Miss Vaidehi Navathe with us. So welcome, ma'am.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll be discussing some general questions which people have regarding seasonal fruits since it is summer now. So let's start with basics. What is seasonal fruits?
So seasonal fruits, in the sense, these fruits are available in that particular season. For example, now the summer is going on. So immediately which fruit comes in the mind? Mango. Yes. So mango, so that way we have, apart from mango, we have watermelon, muskmelon. So seasonal fruit, in the sense, they get ripened at that particular season because of the availability of the right climate. So they have the highest content of the enzymes and the juices and the nutrients which are needed by the body. There is a wonderful concept of circadian rhythm. So circadian rhythm, in the sense, we align our body with the nature's alignment. If at all it is in the same alignment, then the health is at the peak. So same way applicable for the fruits also. Whichever fruits are available in season, they are at the best peak of their nutritional content. And if at all we can consume them in that particular season, then we get the maximum benefits.
Okay. So off season अगर हम ये fruits खाते हैं तो are there any disadvantages या side effects?
Many, I would say. So there's something called like mango is available throughout the year. It need not be consumed only in April and May. It is available. But why we insist as a dietitian, we insist to consume during the month of April, May and maybe early June till the rain comes. So because this is the season when they are available in the natural form first, but if at all you want to eat mangoes in the month of October, November, December, what will go wrong? It will have to be preserved. Okay, you purchase mangoes at home. Can you keep them throughout the year? No, we can't, because we need a good amount of preservatives, chemicals, the wax application, so right temperature, so that they can be preserved. So can you see, we are interfering with the natural content of the fruits. So obviously it is not advisable from the health point of view.
Okay. Many people ignore this seasonal eating fruits के लिए. So आपका कुछ tips उस पे?
Yes. For example, let's talk about mango only. So mango is having the highest amount of vitamin A. Now we have the storage of the vitamin A in our liver. Now if at all we consume mango in the right proportion regularly during this season, the need for the vitamin A can be fulfilled for the rest of the year. Okay, obviously certain clinical conditions it may differ, but otherwise this is the fact. So if at all we are, so that is the reason why certain fruits are available in particular season. For example, watermelon. Now in the month of summer, we have the highest need of the hydration. Okay, so if at all we are consuming good amount of watermelon, that will take care of the nutrients also. At the same time, the hydration level also will be maintained. So as a dietitian, we obviously promote every time to each and every patient that whatever is available seasonally, locally and regionally is something which has to be preferred. Obviously the cost factor also is involved.
Right. So since we were talking about hydration and water content होता है fruit में, is it necessary कि हम juice बना के पिए fruits को? Because water content तो fruits में ज़्यादा है ना?
So nowadays the quick fix, like you just have a glass of juice and then the work is done. Juices are not bad, okay, but they are bad when they get converted in the form of the desserts. I'll give you the example. So when the whole fruit is made into the juice form, obviously one glass will need at least minimum 2 to maximum 4 fruits. Okay, so you eat one, for example, one orange, okay, that will be sufficient because you peel it off, okay, you chew it, so the satiety level in the brain gets activated and you feel full. You get the fiber content. Nowadays, you know, we are talking about the fiber. It is good for the gut health. It is good for the sugar spikes. So fiber also is present. So satiety and the fiber content, and obviously that happiness what we get after chewing the fruit is at the peak when we eat them whole. But if at all we make in the juice form, what obviously will happen? We are blenderizing. So we are exposing the fruit. If at all we are not using cold pressed juices, we are exposing the fruit to the heat. Secondly, the fiber is getting lost. Thirdly, a glass will have, instead of one fruit, will have 3 to 4 fruits at a go. So we are increasing the caloric content also. Okay. And then what happens when the fiber is missing? The moment we consume anything which is in a drink form, sugary drink form, though we may not add separate sugar, but then the insulin spike happens. Okay, because for the insulin, the sugar is gone up suddenly, the insulin goes up and it brings down the sugar the same level if at all we are non-diabetic. So what will happen? We will go into the hypoglycemia, that means a low sugar level. And what happens? We feel like drinking more and more and more juices. So that is something which is a vicious cycle. So as a dietitian, we always advise that the fruits should be consumed in the whole form. Now, who are the people who should prefer the juices? Sick people. Okay, where appetite is not there, where the actual intake of the fruit may not be sufficient, where it is a quick fix. Like you drink, the appetite gets better and then you get sufficient energy also. But otherwise, and secondly, the geriatric population, those who have the chewing difficulties. So preferably we should have whole fruits. People having chewing difficulty, we can blend the juices but not to strain. So at least to some extent we can preserve the fiber. And thirdly, for the sick people or for the immediate energy boost, for example post workouts and all, then the juices are absolutely fine.
Right. So pulpy juices are definitely better. Strain nahi kare to it is better.
Yeah, but again this category. You have wonderful teeth, chew them.
Okay. Many people are having diabetes nowadays. So any tips for people having diabetes? What they can eat in fruits and what they can drink?
Yes. So not only diabetics, but otherwise also we have people who are weight conscious. So we just spoke about one medium-sized fruit will give you approximately 70 to 80 calories, plus minus here and there. But the juices may give above 200 calories also. So people with diabetes and people who are weight watchers, basically, juices not a good option. Definitely not. Secondly, the fruit itself has a sugar. That is what we call as the fructose. So it is something different than the regular sugar. But fructose is a sugar form. Okay. So for the diabetic patients, fructose is not bad. Okay. But if consumed in excess, the same fruit can have the sugar spike and the insulin spike. So what we advise, the fruit consumption and the quantity, like fruits to be consumed in between the meals as a snack. Okay. So consuming in between the meals. Secondly, consuming a medium sized fruit, especially for these two categories. So medium sized fruit. So what we advise, whatever fits in the palm. So these are medium size. So mangoes are good. So you get the huge mangoes also. But then it is something which is medium size. And thirdly, we advise them to combine the fruit along with some essential fats or fiber. For example, we can combine them with some few nuts like soaked almonds or soaked cashews or roasted cashews, something like that, obviously in moderation. So that will not lead to the sudden insulin spike. So this is the way it can be consumed, definitely.
We can mix it with sprouts as well, right? Or salads.
So normally I do not, as a dietitian, do not advise to combine fruit with any food because the digestion parameters are different. Okay, certain foods will take little more digestion time. So fruits will have little less digestion time. So that may interfere, especially where the gut is disturbed. So the best way to consume is the combination along with the nuts. That is what is advisable. But again, it is not yes for all category of diabetic patients. there are chances that the people may have the sugar which is absolutely not controlled. Okay, there may be some other clinical conditions related where we need to limit the potassium content. So we have to be wise and consult the nutritionist before consuming.
Okay, and could you explain fructose in a simpler way to us?
So fructose is a different name for the sucrose. Okay. Where sucrose, there is an immediate sugar rise, sugar spike in the blood, where fructose will not give that high sugar spike, but it is a sugar. So that is why fruits are not bad, okay, if consumed in the limited quantity. But if consumed in the juice form, or in a fruit plate form, combination of different fruits, then it will have the same effect like a sucrose.
Okay. So apart from mango, are there any seasonal fruits you'll advise us this summer?
Yes, definitely. During summer, you definitely see more of mangoes, but apart from that, you also see watermelon, you see lychees. Now, bananas is something available throughout the year, but specially advised during this season because of its high water and potassium content, basically. Then you have muskmelon, okay, you have pineapple. So these are the fruits, and obviously grapes. Towards the end of the summer season, we have jamuns. There is black jamuns, blackberries, Indian blackberries, what we call. So these are the fruits which are seasonally available during the summer season. Now, why they are available? Okay, as I always believe that God has made the perfect plan which is in favor of our health. So these fruits have the highest water content. Now, during summer, definitely the water requirement, hydration requirements are more. Now, if at all we don't meet up the requirement, body goes into dehydration, and we always feel that I'm tired. Now, this tiredness need not be related to the work always, but is related to the dehydration also. So these fruits, if included at right time and right quantity, will take care of the hydration level. Secondly, again, the another reason for having the low energy dips, especially towards the evening, you feel, or especially when we from the hot sun we enter the house and we say I'm completely exhausted, it's too hot. So that is because of the electrolyte depletion. Now, which are the electrolytes? This is sodium, potassium, magnesium. Now, these electrolytes get depleted because the body goes into the dehydration mode. So, these are the fruits which are rich in all those electrolytes apart from the water content. So, if we consume them, they will support the energy levels also. That is why they're available in particular this season. And again, that is a quick fix kind of thing, a quick snack which is readily available. Because if at all we don't go for these fruits, okay, and we go for the juices, or we go for the quick sugary drinks which are available, just put the powder in the water and then you are happy with it. But I call them sugar, more than sugary drink, I call them as desserts. So they, because they have the same effect on our sugar parameters like how the desserts will have. Okay, so and then what happens, we drink those juices, the insulin goes up, sugar drops down, and we feel more and more thirsty, and the energy levels never come back. So what I advise, we can go for the natural hydrated and electrolyte rich drinks. For example, we have coconut water, we have buttermilk, or we have the juices consumed in the whole pieces form, which is actually already juicy, so we need not make them in the juice form. So if they are consumed this way, we are maintaining the hydration level apart from the electrolyte balance. So that is in fact the more energy boosting kind of thing.
Okay. So summer mein many people are drinking sugarcane juice. Are there any benefits? Yeah, what is your take on it?
Yeah. So sugarcane juice means suddenly what we visualize is something, the wheel is going on and then you hear that nice jin jin. So sugarcane juice is definitely good from the point of view where you have the low energy levels and you get immediate boost kind of thing. The concerns are it is very rich in sugar content actually. Okay, and secondly the hygiene part, you see the flies, and if the machine is not clean, or sugar juice is already kept ready and you drink, if you see, if at all it is kept for a little longer time also, maybe 5-10 minutes also, it turns black because it gets oxidized. So what we should be careful about is sugarcane juice is good provided we do not add ice to it. Okay, please understand, we like to drink something which is cold, but there is some biochemistry behind it. So when we have a craving for the ice or something which is chilled, that is basically, it shows that we have somewhere the dehydration which is already set in, or somewhere for some patients, it may be, some people, it may be the iron deficiency also. So sugar is something which has to be skipped for sure. Okay, and you'll be surprised to see that without ice, not sugar, without ice, if at all you consume sugarcane juice, you will have equal satiety the way you will have with ice. Okay, that is first thing. Secondly, obviously the hygiene part, so you have to make sure, or you have to be assured that the juice is extracted in front of you and you are drinking fresh. Okay, and to make it little bit more enzymatically active, we can always ask a person to add squeeze lime. Okay, we can add little ginger, we can put some pudina leaves, so that way the digestion capacity gets a little better. So this way, if at all sugarcane juice is consumed, okay, it will take care of certain mineral requirements along with the hydration.
Okay. And what about the oxidized juice, sugarcane juice, which is kept for
so
longer
something
time?
which is kept for longer duration, definitely not advisable, because that chemical reaction has already happened. So freshly extracted juice is absolutely fine.
Okay, so that can be harmful?
Harmful in the sense, it is something which is already, see, we have to maintain the requirement, we have to align the intake with the requirement of our body. So something which is already oxidized outside, okay, if at all we consume that, then it is not in alignment with the body's requirement. Okay, so that is why we say when the salads are cut, okay, we always ask them to squeeze little lime on the top, so that even if you're cutting the salads in the morning and carrying in your tiffin, okay, the oxidization part does not take like, it does not happen. Same way, if at all you are carrying the cut apple, okay, it turns black or brownish. Okay, so we have to make sure that every time it is not possible to have a freshly cut fruit. Okay, in that case we can use lemon to cut off the oxidization process. But for the sugarcane juice, obviously we are not making at home. So wherever it is available, please be assured that it is freshly extracted.
Okay. And in summer, we always see people drinking sugarcane juice in hot heat, like in the afternoon. So is it good for health?
Yeah, towards late evening, around 3, 4, 5 o'clock, that's absolutely fine. If consumed on empty stomach in the morning, that actually leads to an immediate sudden sugar spike and the insulin spike. So it is advisable to take towards the late evening or late afternoon.
Okay. So even I have experienced this, like whenever I drink empty stomach, the sugarcane juice, I feel something like chakkar jaisa.
Because that is what we call as rebound hypoglycemia. That means the sugar goes up, the insulin goes up, and that insulin brings the sugar down in the same rate, at the same speed. Okay, so for a non-diabetic person, if the sugar levels have to be somewhere around, say, 100, the fasting level, it goes to 200, it goes to 80. So it is actually the hypoglycemia. These are the random figures I have taken, but this is what it happens when the person goes into hypoglycemia. Now, since we are non-diabetic, so that hypoglycemia does not lead to some other dangerous signs as such, but the simple sign is you feel foggy. The brain fog happens, like you feel lethargic, or you feel sudden dip, like I was absolutely fine and now I don't want to do anything, that kind of thing. So what we blame the sun for that. Okay, that heat we blame, but this may be one of the reasons. So we have to be careful.
So summer में we have always seen कि parents juice देते हैं बच्चों को. So उसका कुछ safe frequency है?
So juices are okay for the children, no problem. When they come from playing, when they have played maybe 1 hour, more than 1 hour, and they are exhaustively, they are sweating. So in that case, the immediate replacement of the hydration and the energy levels, drinking juices which are not strained and which are not with additional sugar and freshly made, is absolutely fine. But I do not advocate anything which is direct open the bottle and drink, which are the preserved juices. So I do not advocate that. Instead of juices which are or what I just mentioned can be consumed when they're sweating and they come back from the playground. But otherwise for them, fruits also always have to be taken as a snack. Okay, as a good healthy snack time fruit. Okay, rather than taking it in the juice form.
Okay, so too much of taking fruits and juices can be harmful too, right?
For children, it is not harmful. Juice is definitely harmful, not fruits. So they can consume 2, 3, 4 fruits a day, no problem. Again, depending on the age and depending on the activity level, depending on other clinical parameters, it may differ. But generally, we advise minimum 2 to maximum 4 fruits a day for the children.
Okay. Are there any alternatives to the fresh juices?
Yes, we have various drinks which are available, like for example, say coconut water. The best electrolyte and water replacement drink, okay, readily available. I advise that coconut water has to be consumed along with that malai or that tender coconut what we get. Okay, so there's a perfect balance apart from the electrolytes, the perfect balance with the proteins, good fats, okay, and the fiber. So this is about the coconut water. Then we have buttermilk. Okay, very well consumed. Thin buttermilk, which is non-sour, consumed during the day, absolutely no problem. Also, we can there's something called as ampana. So we have the mangoes available. The same way we have the raw mangoes available. So you can just boil them, take out the pulp, and then you can just blend with the addition of little jaggery and little pink salt, and the refreshing drink is available. And actually, this you can keep it ready, like you can just make it and bottle it and keep it ready. So if anytime if children also want, it can be immediately consumed. Now here for ampana also the additions are, we can add pudina leaves. So this is why I always mention to have the additions like pudina and ginger, coriander leaves. So they are actually, they aggravate, they sensitize the enzyme production. Okay. I also advise to use use of the sabja seeds. Okay, so sabja seeds can be soaked and they can be added to the drinks, whatever, whether it is a fruit juice or it is ampanna or it is coconut water also. So that will add the fiber. So this is the way where we can incorporate the natural stuff what is available in our day-to-day life. There's one more drink apart from the juices, but I would like to mention here is something called as sattu. Okay. So sattu is towards the north side. Sattu drink is very regularly consumed because it has a cooling effect. Mix it and drink it, and you will not believe that the way the energy goes up. You can sustain for next 3 to 4 hours for sure without getting any hunger pangs. A right blend of the proteins along with the probiotics, if at all combined with the buttermilk. So these are the drinks which are available in the sense which are there in our dictionary, the traditional dictionary. But if implemented in the right form and right timing, okay, they have wonderful benefits.
Which seasonal fruit do you think is underrated but it is extremely beneficial?
See, in summer season, nothing else comes in the mind apart from mango. But as I earlier mentioned that there are other fruits which are available, for example, pineapple. Now, where the digestion fire is slightly low, if at all pineapple has an excellent nutrient, which is called as bromelain, which adds, it's an enzyme basically. So it aids in the digestion. So consuming other fruits apart from the mangoes, so mangoes are not bad, but including other fruits also will have wonderful benefits. For example, lychee. Now, lychee has a wonderful content of the vitamin C. Okay. Now, amlas are slightly, in winter season they are overloaded. But lychee can be included. But again, the concern is how many lychees you can consume. Especially for the diabetic and weight watchers, it is always advisable not to consume in a more quantity, but to be included, okay, which will maintain your immunity because of the vitamin C content. So that way you have those different fruits which are available apart from mango, okay, which can be very well included, which will take care of the electrolyte balance and the hydration part as well.
Okay. So is there any one common mistake which people make in diet, patients you see every day?
Yeah, so there are two common mistakes. They are mistakes but common. So first is mango consumed as a amras, okay, as a dessert, which is included as a meal part. Okay, so what I always advise, it is a part of the meal. Okay, it's a traditional combination, but part of the meal. So what happens, the meal remains same in terms of the calories, okay, but the addition is the dessert, which is additional 200, 300 or 400 calories depending how much you're consuming. So that gets overloaded and that actually drains our energy. Okay, so mango juice can be the part of the meal, but make sure that the quantity portion is controlled. Okay, and secondly, as I mentioned, we can apart from the seeds, okay, we can sprinkle some soaked almonds or pistachios on the top, so essential fats are added. We can sprinkle little cinnamon powder, okay, or sometimes, you know, black pepper powder is traditionally used. So I'm not altering the traditional image, okay, but if at all we follow tradition completely, then it will not have the wrong effect on the sugar and as well as on the calorie count. So this is about mango. But apart from the second mistake what we are talking about, fruits should never be a part of the meal. Fruits should be consumed as a mid-meal snack. Okay, because the digestion of the fruit is slightly faster than the digestion of the main meal what we consume. Okay, so that may alter the gut bacteria, so that will disturb the gut. So we advise that make sure that the fruit is consumed in between the meals and not along with the meal or immediately after the meal. Many a times in many families, you know, fruits, you know, eating cut fruits post dinner is a ritual. Okay, that's a nice time, family time. But I advise that at least keep a gap of 1.5 to 2 hours between the dinner and this cut fruit. So if simple things, if at all followed, okay, we are following that rhythm, the body movements, the inside body movements, the gastrointestinal tract movement, it follows one particular rhythm, the terrain what we call. So if that rhythm is maintained and not disturbed, okay, we remain healthy and no food can, naturally available food can affect our health.
Okay, so we have some rapid fire questions for you. Which summer fruit is richest in vitamin C?
Lychee.
Okay. Which fruit helps prevent dehydration the most?
Watermelon.
Which fruit is best for digestion and gut health?
Pineapple.
Which fruit is known to boost immunity during heat?
Citrus fruits.
Okay. Which fruit contains natural electrolytes?
That way all fruits.
Which fruit is diabetic friendly?
Jamuns.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much, ma'am, for today's questionnaire session and the podcast. We have gained many insights regarding the diet and we'll try to follow it definitely. Thank you.
All the best. Hare Krishna.